his ban again because
5 seconds
so now
remaining.
we've seen this ban what, twice already, 3 times. Hero. So like EG sees this hero as a threat. This hero is a hero that if not dealt properly, he can do a lot in the fights, and you can't really predict how much he can do as well because the hero can do a lot, but he can also die very easily. Very volatile hero.
Kind of interesting to see the Quack and the Lone Druid bans traded for one another. It feels like
10
their whole purpose was to cover one another, so now that they both ban it, they both lose a ban.
Yeah, and Liquid bans the Sven as well. Sven is really good against the Bristol. Like, they are the teams that picked up the hero against the Bristol in the first game.
To see the Quack and the Lone Druid bans traded for one another.
And the enemy does have Darkseer. Darkseer Sven is very good combination together.
Still Razor in the pool, which was like what banned out in the second stage in at least game 1. Something that's been played against the Bristleback, played in Arteezy's hands and Sumail's.
I would say probably harder to play against
Dire team's turn to pick.
as a Bristol. I mean, it's quite annoying as well because of the unstable current. Then you don't really want to go him. Then you get slowed all the time. But EG just going all mass team fight, vacuum, Warlock, Ultimate, Fatal Bond. Probably harder to play against.
It's going to help a lot against the Bristleback.
Radiant team's turn to pick.
Quite annoying.
That was a quick
draw.
draw.
That was really quick. They knew what they wanted, and Drow is a hero that is really good against Bristleback. Because in the laning phase itself, the cold arrows, the silence, all the tools that Drow has is very, very good against Bristol. And you're a hero that can always have the option of building a Silver Edge.
10 seconds
So all in
remaining.
all, Drow is very, very good against Bristol.
You previously have described Drow games as lots of early damage, lots of early success. You've also previously highlighted that Tree and Darkseer are very scary in the lane. You suggesting EG are going to have some early game dominance here, Kevin?
It's definitely possible. They could just move Tree around, put him in the safe lane at start, maybe kill Bristle once, go to the off lane. Pretty much anywhere Tree goes, he's going to be useful.
EG should have the advantage in the off lane and the mid lane for sure. The question for the Drowse lane is how much do they contest the Drowse lane? Like a Tree and Darkseer should be able to put a lot of pressure on the mid hero with Precision Aura should be able to win
Put him in the safe lane at start,
their lane as well.
But the tough part is you don't know what Liquid's lanes are yet. Could be Earthshaker off lane. Mind Control's been playing that a lot, but Miracle also played it mid.
I mean, the thing is like they are not sure, but their lanes right now are looking pretty solid. Warlock, Drow, Darkseer, Treant, they're all very solid lanes on his own.
Radiant team's turn to ban.
That can perhaps run and charge down the Drow range and
They want to do the hand clap thing.
I mean, the thing is
Tumba's favorite hero, man.
Okay, they are not sure.
No, he's smiling, look at him.
Smiling
shaking his head.
and-
I mean, the hero is actually, in theory, very good against Drow because you
10
just like
seconds remaining.
Drow is very weak against gap closers, and Lycan is a fantastic gap
run
closer.
and charge down the
5
Drow range.
seconds
But
remaining.
Overgrowth from Treant is really good against Lycan.
Yeah,
It's like one of
Overgrowth.
the best ways to stop him from moving around.
But if they do like have a good early game, Lycan pulls ahead. I can see Lycan being like all over the place for, and Drow can be very hard pressed to find any solutions against that.
Will Liquid use their 5th ban?
Really good against Lycan.
Or will they fall into Secret's trap?
But if they do
The no 5th ban.
That's the
You want to ban the
strategy.
OD again? OD versus Bristle is very good, gives you a save, gives you good damage output.
It's true. It's good with Star Aura.
But that was the hero they ran at one time against Secret when there was a Bristle on the playing field. OD versus Lycan, this could be fine as well. OD versus Bristle is
Dire
Yeah,
team's
Liquid
turn to
fan.
ban.
That's
gives you a
interesting.
save, gives you
They banned out the Enchantress, so even though Enchantress wasn't successful the last game, but Enchantress is a hero that's very good against the Drow. You want to mess with her lane early, you don't want her to just farm, get her levels, and the
10
pace of the
seconds
game would be
remaining.
really quick. So EG is more or less only worried about heroes that can slow the Drow
5
down,
seconds
hence
remaining.
the last ban, Enchantress. And they're also worried about the push because
Reserve
Lycan
time.
Bristol could easily be a very quick game.
I do love that when you look over Liquid, every draft there is a full-on democracy. Every single person is inputting there. We saw Mind Control to Matumba to Miracle to Kuroki.
So do they? I mean, we're basically looking at a 4 position here. They're still
Shaker, GH has played Shaker
could
before.
be Shaker could be 4 position. I mean, I think they could if they want to, they could do this Shaker 4 position Bristle off lane, Lycan safe lane, pick another mid. Basically, the Shaker just goes level 1, you fissure the off lane, so the Bristle gets even though it's a bad matchup against Drow, but if you can ensure that Bristol gets some farm. The Fissure will make sure that the Bristol gets level 2, bare minimum. Then the lane could be okay for Bristol. So I could see that working for Liquid. Basically, the Shaker just goes level 1, you Fissure.
That's probably the discussion they're having at this point.
I mean, they have a lot of options with their 4 heroes right now. A lot of different ways to set up their draft, different lanes. So it's all about what they want to do right now. So I can understand why they're taking a long time here. They need to be able to find out what's best for the team and what's best against the enemy.
That's probably the discussion they're having at this point.
I mean, they have a lot of options.
And of course, I mean, we talked about it before, it bears repeating how much does player preference play a part in these huge discussions, these grand final drafts.
It doesn't matter as much.
A bit though, like we saw in True Sight, like when it comes down to like that mid, like right now, like if you're asking who do you want to ban mid, you're likely asking Miracle, like who do you not want to verse?
Right, it is,
like,
that's the player preference. We talked about it before, it bears repeating how much does player preference play a part in these huge discussions, these grand final drafts.
It doesn't matter as much.
A bit though, like we saw in True Sight, like when it comes down to like that mid, like right now, like if you're asking who do you want to ban mid, you're likely asking Miracle, like who do you not want to verse?
Right, it is,
like,
that's the player preference. We talked about it before, it bears repeating how much does player preference play a part in these huge discussions, these grand final drafts.
It doesn't matter as much.
A bit though, like we saw in True Sight, like when it comes down to like that mid, like right now, like if you're asking who do you want to ban mid, you're likely asking Miracle, like who do you not want to verse?
Right, it is,
like,
that's the player preference. We talked about it before, it bears repeating how much does player preference play a part in these huge discussions, these grand final drafts.
It doesn't matter as much.
A bit though, like we saw in True Sight, like when it comes down to like that mid, like right now, like if you're asking who do you want to ban mid, you're likely asking Miracle, like who do you not want to verse?
Right, it is, that's the player preference. We talked about it before, it bears repeating how much does player preference play a part in these huge discussions, these grand final drafts.
It doesn't matter as much.
A bit though, like we saw in True Sight, like when it comes down to like that mid, like right now, like if you're asking who do you want to ban mid, you're likely asking Miracle, like who do you not want to verse?
Right, it is, that's the player preference. We talked about it before, it bears repeating how much does player preference play a part in these huge discussions, these grand final drafts.
It doesn't matter as much.
A bit though, like we saw in True Sight, like when it comes down to like that mid, like right now, like if you're asking who do you want to ban mid, you're likely asking Miracle, like who do you not want to verse?
Right, it is, that's the player preference. We talked about it before, it bears repeating how much does player preference play a part in these huge discussions, these grand final drafts.
It doesn't matter as much.
A bit though, like we saw in True Sight, like when it comes down to like that mid, like right now, like if you're asking who do you want to ban mid, you're likely asking Miracle, like who do you not want to verse?
Right, it is, that's the player preference.
To take enough towers in the early and mid game because they don't have that scaling offlaner. They have to take enough towers in the early and mid game because they to take enough towers in the early and mid game because they to take enough early and mid game because they to take enough early and mid game because they is... Well, that's a 1,500 gold lead, 1 minute in. First Blood Courier.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Yeah, look at that.
Well, that's a 1,500 gold lead, 1 minute in. First Blood Courier.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Yeah, look at that.
Well, that's a 1,500 gold lead, 1 minute in. First Blood Courier.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Yeah, look at that.
Well, that's a 1,500 gold lead, 1 minute in. First Blood Courier.
Oh my, yeah, look at that.
Well, that's a 1,500 gold lead, 1 minute in. First Blood Courier.
Oh my, yeah, look at that. Strong for EG. Strong for